Well, it's time to take off and go to the car show. I'm gonna take my little coupe over to Lincolnton. I'm in the Westside Cruisers of Lincolnton. That's our car club. Of course, we got a lot of charitable members, and oh, good gracious. I almost let that beep. I'm only going to drive up to my shop, so I'm not going to buckle up. Hope you'll understand. If I get in a wreck between here and my shop, I don't need to go anywhere anyway. I mean, I'm just a quarter mile away from, or half mile away from my house. So bear with me and listen to the beep. It's not worth the effort for me to reach over here and get my seat belt. I know that sounds terrible, but I'm gonna be jumping in a coupe that doesn't even have a seat belt and driving 20 miles. So if I don't make it between here and the shop, I'm in bad shape anyway. So here we go. I'm gonna turn in up here at the shop and get the coupe out. Well, here I am in Lincolnton. I can't have any music. I can't have any sound because the music in the background is, of course, copyrighted music. There's Sonny Black and a few other guys talking to me there. Sonny's in the light blue shirt. He worked with me at Carolina Freight. Good guy. He's got a pickup truck and a couple other cars that he has that he's restored. And there we have just a Mustang GT. And walking on down here, we have a couple of old, I think Chevrolet pickups. Chevrolet or Dodge. I think one of them's a Dodge. And then here we come up on a 32 and a 34. Now these are fiberglass bodies, but they're good looking coupes. I like them. They're not steel bodies like what mine's a steel body. I prefer a steel over a fiberglass, but that's everybody's preference. But they're pretty good looking cars. And right there is a guy I used to work with at Carolina Freight, and he and I walked around each other for a few minutes. When he got down beside me down there near my car, I recognized who he was. It was Jim Smith. I used to work with him at Carolina Freight. He worked as an extra on the extra board driving, and then also worked out on the yard. I worked with his brother Bud for several years down at Carolina Freight. He and I both were yard switchers. But this is the great thing about having a swap meet. We can see a lot of different people, see a lot of different cars. There's a nice little Chevelle 327. And just be able to, have a good swap meeting up and talking about cars and things that old guys talk about. There's somebody's got a 65 Mustang with a big engine, and like I said, and there's Jim again. He and I were walking down toward my car. Now there's my blue coupe, my 31, and I'm proud of it. I think it looks as good as most of them in the show. We all have different degrees of show cars, I guess you might say. So, you know, to each his own. I like my little coupe. It's fun to drive. It's a fun car just to get in and out with, and I don't drive it too much. I just around town a little bit, back and forth to Lincolnton or Shelby. It's not a long distance car. It doesn't have air conditioning in it. Actually, it doesn't have heat in it either, except in the summertime. But that's what I've got. Now we're working on our 55, and I'm actually, because I've got more room in that 55, I'm actually going to be putting air conditioning in it. So it's a little bit different situation. And there's a nice little Monte Carlo, I think a 71 Monte Carlo that has, and they're about a 65 Vet. Now here's a real pretty 56 Chevy that this gentleman had Connecticut tags on it. I don't know where he was from originally, I guess, but I think it's got Connecticut tags on it. Now there's Sonny's, there's the back of Sonny's pickup. And like I said, everybody has different likes and dislikes. People like to customize their cars and trucks to their degree. There's a nice 57 Post. I used to have one very similar. I used to have a coupe like that, and I sold it to a guy, and he painted it black also. But we discussed about the vintage air and a few other things that I'm doing to mine. But this is what you get at a car show like this. Just a lot of guys able to hang out, talk about cars, talk about how much money you spent on this or that, and that's a great time. It's a great time. I really enjoy them. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the Westside Cruisers cruise-in that we have monthly, and I hope everybody enjoyed seeing the cars that we showed you on this video, and I'll try to bring more at the next meet, and we'll see what we can come up with on that. Take care. Time to get back home.